Good morning. It's Janice Thompson from JazzleDazzleCraft.co.uk. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and I live and work in Scotland. And yay, today we're going to play with a touch of ink. You can see I played with it a bit last night, so I'm kind of start off where I left off today. I've brought out a couple of envelopes so we remember to do some envelope decorating. So if you're here, come in and say hello and we'll get started. Kia ora, Anne Harrod. I've got my coffee. Has everyone got a cuppa? Kia ora, Anne Harrod, is it not bedtime for you? I'm sporting my Contigo coffee cup today, which I won. Now we're having an issue here. What's going on? I don't know if it's just my... Can you guys hear me okay? I don't know if it's just my laptop playing silly. It was buffering, but I think we're alright. Yeah, so I won this in a team, in my team, Stampin' Up! Team. My upline Karen runs a draw every month for those who put orders in, or I can't actually remember what category I won this in, but I won this from my upline in one of her challenges that she does in the team. And that's what I keep forgetting to tell people when I'm talking about join my team. In my team we have challenges too, and there's a chance to win prizes. Not always product prizes, something handy, like a coffee cup or notebooks, pens, all the sort of things that we ladies love. So anyway, I'm rambling. Oh, here's LaDonya. She'll tell you that being part of a team is great fun, and yeah, it's not just about stamping. There's loads going on within the team, so it's a great community if you're thinking about joining up with Stampin' Up! Anyway, I sort of put a picture up of the crafter math after yesterday's YouTube live. I've only just shoved it all to the side to make a space for today, but we're here. I've got my coffee, I've got a stamp, the ink and things around me, so I'm sure we can recover. So anyway, I've said hi to Anne Harrod. Good morning, Steph. Steph, you're doing Sooth somewhere. Hi, Rails, I believe you're in Australia. And LaDonya, hi, you're doing Sooth too. Down south somewhere in the great mystery. You've been busy already. Steph, I've managed to have coffee, a shower and clear the stuff off my desk, wake up the hubby so that I can get on with my crafting, because my craft desk... Hi Karen. Hiya. Yeah, my craft desk takes up half our bedroom, so I've disturbed him by wanting to do this. When I started this, he was still working. He decided to retire. Anyway, right, so last night... Oh, hi Hilary, and you come. Have a wee seat. If somebody lit the fire, I was running out of time. If you want to light the fire and get a wee heat, everybody, that will be fine. I'm sure it was left set, so all you've got to do is throw a match at it and it will go. If you've all brought your coffee, we'll be fine. Mine is too hot now because I put it in that insulated cup. Okay, so last night I was using... I did this panel to go on a card, and I used Pear Pizzazz and Flirty Flamingo, which I think are a fantastic combination. However, when I looked in my drawer, I have no Pear Pizzazz card for some reason. Now, either that I've moved it somewhere and I've done because I'm doing some other project. I'm just going to get a scrap of card here and start my shopping list. So we need another pack of Pear Pizzazz card. I am putting an order in today. If anyone wants to add anything to that, that's perfectly fine. Okay, but so let's get moving. Cuppa and cards. A touch of ink. This is one of the freebies in celebration. So if you put in an order in the UK, if an order of £90 or more, you can choose this stamp set, which is a double stamp set. It's a 2-step stamp set, and they are fairly large stamps. So we've got this hummingbird, a butterfly, a sprig of flowers and a sprig of leaves. I think we've got about 6 sentiments. We've got a dotty stamp, and we have, what else have we got? Yeah, the sentiments, sorry, and a spare leaf for some reason, yeah. So we've got best wishes, thank you so much, hope, well, we all need that right now, thinking of you, love, hello friend, love and hope are great. So again, you'll recognise the style. This is a Janice style, and we'll just get, I'm trying to act like an organised person, I'm not, I'm winging it, but that's what you're used to. So I took the best wishes stamp last night, but let's see what else. Thank you so much, that's a good one. Thinking of you. So let's kind of do, let's go for, we'll go for thank you so much. Hi Andrea, can you come? Yeah, Karen. Luckily I had a good pre-order. So for people who may notice different wee references in my YouTube live and Facebook, Brexit happened and it's causing us some problems getting our orders into the UK at the moment. Although orders that have been placed this last week are already arriving. It's just some parcels got snarled up at the beginning with the customs things and nobody knew what was happening. I know, organised chaos, you're right, Andrea. Yeah, so let's get some ink here. So what I've done is I've replaced the Pear Pizzazz with Old Olive because I think it is pretty similar, because I like, that's the whole point of Stampin' Up. Our inks, our cards, everything is coordinated. So let's get stamping. Now, I don't know if you think I'm boring, but almost every week I'll do a card of this style. But do you know, if it's not broke, don't fix it. This works so well. It's a great way to get started. So just put your sentiment sort of in the middle, whatever. This time I want to bring in the hummingbird. The problem for us is our product is shipped from America to a big warehouse in Germany, and then from Germany to the UK. Now the thing is, we're importing that from the UK. It's only channeling through Germany, but it's all snarled up with it. Nobody knew what the new paperwork and everything. So anyway, back to my stamping. It's fine, it's all going to clear, and within the next week or two we will all have our stuff. But you know, we're like kids, we like to have our things pretty quick, and we're used to having them pretty quick, to be fair. Right, so I want to bring the hummingbird in this one, and the hummingbird faces that way, so I'm going to leave the space there to place him in when I'm ready. But first of all, I'm just going to bring in the leaves and some flowers, and I'm just sticking with the Flirty Flamingo. It's a lovely pink, I love it. We start off in organised chaos, you're right, but I don't even know if it's organised chaos, it's just chaos. But let's pop, it won't be exactly the same, we're going to kind of leave that corner free, and we'll get some leaves in here. I'm hoping, in my head, we're going to go on to do a wee bit of embossing as well. My head thinks we might. But I will show you the two-step stamping, how quick and easy you can make cards with these style of stamp sets. I've forgotten to put some flowers in, but you know, we'll just stick with leaves on this one, will we? Maybe not. put a leaf here, and then we'll see if the flowers can fit in between. I need another block. So is everyone okay? The thing that you need to be aware of is UPS are the only carrier at the moment that are bringing things into the UK, and they are bringing the vaccine as well. So I think I'm quite happy to stand back and wait for my parcel if it means that other people, you know, that the vaccine's going to get in. There is going to be enough problems with getting the vaccine in. So let's pop that wee flower sprig there. So if it means I've got to wait a little bit longer. I think there's been paperwork problems, and I think UPS have been absolutely snowed under with everything. I've probably not left enough room for my hummingbird. Who loves hummingbirds? I adore them. I so enjoyed seeing some when I was in Arizona last year. My last holiday, but I was so blessed to be able to have that holiday. I think we need a little bit of something else. Will we put some more flowers here for our wee hummingbird to get some nectar? And then I think another bit of leaf here. Right, that does look a bit more like a kind of hedge with some flowers growing in it. In my head it does anyway. Right, so the great thing about this stamp set is you can colour in so quickly with it. Yeah, so see, when you do get your deliveries, be nice to the UPS guys and gals. My delivery person for UPS is a lady. A young lady who tells me that she used to craft, so when she comes back I'm going to have a wee catalogue and a care package for her. Right, so there you'll see that when I start that they sort of line up, but it's not meant, it's kind of meant to give you a kind of arty look. They don't fit exactly, so that's grand, because that saves you having to be, well, I love the old olive with the flirty flamingo too. It's so nice and rich. So again, ink up, just kind of aim it, and because you've got the photopolymer stamps here, you can see through, so you can see where you're pasting it. Hello Elaine, how nice! Not sure you've joined us live before, so it's lovely to have you here. There's a wee fire on there. Oh, hi Karen, lovely to see you too. I've just was telling everybody, I've got my coffee with me. Have you all got your coffee? And I was just telling them that I won this in one of our Corey's Inspirations team challenges. So yeah. I was telling everyone what a fabulous Stampin' Up, family Stampin' Up is. Right, and then this second one. This is a fantastic stamp set, and you have until the end of February to be able to earn this. So all you need to do is pop in an order of £90 or more and you can get this free. And you know, it's nice to spend a bit of money on your hobbies. And we're not going out, we're not spending money on lunches and coffees and things, so why not get some nice craft things in? And those people a bit concerned about the delivery thing. One of my ladies who ordered last week has got her order, so they are coming in. It just might be some of our older ones are snarled up, but don't be afraid to order now because they have got on top of it. Okay, right, let's have a look, see if we're going to have room for Hummingbird. Yeah, he's going to be able to come in here. So just let's get... I'm just sticking with the colours I've got here. So Hummingbird is, as you know, hummingbirds come in lots of different colours. So we just have this one over the flowers here. It's a nice strong green, so it, you know, it shows over the. Now let's get the fill in for him, and let's do something a bit fancy here. Let's have a kind of multicoloured. So I'm going to pop the stamp in the pink first, and then I'm just going to do a bit of what they call rock and roll. Just kind of roll the edges a wee bit, and then so we've got, oh, I need to make sure I've got it lined up. So I've got a bit of green in there and some pink. So let's just a wee technique, and I've gone squint, so this is going to look really arty. Hi Margaret, it'll come. Heather, I don't think so. I'm sure you can get that cheaper. So what do you think? Our hummingbird and collecting nectar here. So we need a card base for this. So let's just see how we're going to make the card up. And my usual fashion, I'm just chucking all the stamps back in the case. I'll clean them later. I need I'm going to decorate envelope and the inside of the card, because I've been getting in trouble for not doing that. I know, and it was so simple, Elaine. 2 colours. Isn't that pretty? So you don't need a lot, and that's what I've been trying to point out to people. You don't need an awful lot. If you want to get started, have a chat with me and we'll work out what it is you like, what things you've liked watching me do, and then we can get you the right stuff ordered so you can do that. But I've taken my card here and I'm going to score it in half. Oops. And then cut it in half. So it doesn't matter what size your card is. If you're in the US, it's different sizes, but same principle. Score in half, cut in half, and you're done. I think I could send you some cheaper Heather from here. Right, so there's our card base. I don't remember what size this piece was cut to, but it was cut to just the right size, wasn't it? And that one. And you'll see that the Pear Pizzazz is so close to Old Olive that it can still go on an Old Olive base quite happily, can't it? So as I say, that's the one I started last night. Whoops. But what you can do as well, just to bring your picture up a bit, is just give it a bit of an edge. Just defines it a little bit. Barely visible, but it is visible. And it just makes a difference. And then we're just going to glue this on. Unfortunately, oh yeah, I do see my glue basket. So if you didn't see my YouTube live yesterday, I did some really messy inky backgrounds, and this afternoon I'm coming on to do something with them on YouTube. And I'm going to be using this, a touch of ink as well with that, so we'll see what happens. Again, that will be a winging it type of thing, just making it up as we go along. There we go. Just be careful when you're doing that wee edging with your ink pads, because our colours are on foam pads and you could destroy them, and that's why I just dipped it in basically. Right, so there's the card base. I'll pop that out the way because that's not one we've made on today. We'll just concentrate on making this pretty. Right, so I have a wee thing going on here. Do you use up your scraps? Right, I've got all these bits here. that are card size. Now, a lot of years ago I did a lot of stamping, and it's something you might choose to do, and I took them on holiday and then I coloured some, and I've not done anything with a lot of them. So I thought the ones that I haven't really done anything with, I am going to use the other side of them for cards. It's just realised how much card I'm wasting here. So again, we're going to pop that in there, and again to bring the colour through, just again edge this one. Quick and easy. Yeah, you can do it with daubers, you can do it with sponges, but if you're lazy like me, you're just a quick drip through there and you're done. Saves you making a mess, as Heather says. I was going to stamp on this, which I will still do. Oh dear, Janice. And I've got bits of Flirty Flamingo ink off my fingers onto it, so let's stamp something with Flirty Flamingo. You are right, Steph. Stamping Up is so fantastic. I wasted more money than enough before I found Stampin' Up, trying to coordinate things, and all our products are so coordinated. It just makes all the difference. Now what I'm thinking here is just to use the infill leaf thing and stamp off first though. 1, 2, and just a bit on the edge, 3. And then again, 1, 2, 3. And again. Yeah, I do get my fingers everywhere, so that's, but then you don't know that now that I've put my wee leaves there. You can't see the blotches that I've got there. So there's our card, and now we need to do something with our envelope because I've been challenged to start, and I need my bone folder. Where are you? To just this, I should have done this first. It makes your card lie flatter. It keeps pinging up on me, but it's still pinging up on me. So then I've got I did put some envelopes out. You did see me decorate an envelope with designer series paper already a few weeks ago. But let's just decide what we're doing here. I've lost my stamp set. Oh, here, I put it to the side. Oh, help. There's no hope. Then we'll just stick with this the leaves, but we'll do the outlines. Right. So we'll get the block again. This is a block. This is D, yeah. Do you know, there's my problem, is because I've got ink on my block and then I'm touching my block. So keep yourself a rag for cleaning up. There you go. Right. Old Olive, come back. When I talk about Old Olive ink, is there anyone else in the UK that remembers, that makes them think of Olive from On the Buses? Or am I just crazy? So I'm putting this on the back of the envelope. Don't like to clutter the front up too much because the postman needs to see where it's going, but we'll just put a wee bit, just a wee bit in the corner there, and a wee bit in the corner there, but it leaves a nice big white space. So there we go. I'm just going to shut this just now. So there you've got a nicely decorated envelope. and your card, and it's got a bit of stamping inside too, but plenty room to write your message to say thank you to whoever. So that's a start, all right? So now I'm thinking, what about some gold embossing? I like gold with old olive, so I'm thinking that a bit of embossing would be good fun. So let me see. I did have my embossing things out, and then of course when you suddenly decide, and my drawer, who's surprised, my drawer's so full I can't get my hand in to free up whatever is sticking. Steph, my drawers need sorted out too. Probably don't need half the stuff that's in here. Now we're in, but we'll not be able to shut it afterwards, right? So, embossing buddy, come on, where's the gold? Shouldn't suggest things till I know I've got all the stuff, should I? Right, and we've got Versamarking, we're alright. Whoops. So, I'm thinking we'll do something similar, but this time we'll do it the other way around and we'll use the butterfly. I know, I just like, Olive was just one of those names. Did he, Steph? Well, that's interesting. Your dad's claim to fame. I love this cup, keeps the coffee so nice and hot. And it doesn't spill. If I knock it over, we're alright. Right. Now, I think I had some of our shimmer paper here, is it? Or is it? Nah. We've got, oh yeah, there is. Look. That would be nice, wouldn't it? I've just got all this pile of paper and it all needs used. I don't want to waste. I'm trying to... Why don't... We'll do a bit of... We'll just go for Very Vanilla. Let's play with Very Vanilla. Gold on Very Vanilla. Let's not push it up too far. Right, which one is the right size to save on cutting as well? That one's not. And that one's not. Right, well, we'll just get the trimmer out then, won't we? I just got bits and I don't want to be wasting them. So not my layer, if I'm only doing one layer on a card, is 10.1 centimetres by 14.4 centimetres. So it's not very nice weather here in central Scotland. It's pretty yucky. What's everyone else going to do with the day? So again, we'll just, I think we can just, what will we do? We'll do some leaves down the side, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the infill, and then we're going to dry that off and then do, whoops, and then we'll do a butterfly on this side. I'm thinking, and I don't know. Right, old Olive. I'm struggling to express what I'm thinking. Are you off to work, Heather? Will you be back in time for? I think I'll come on about 5 o'clock-ish here in the afternoon. I think that was about noon, or oh, I don't know what that is for you. Yeah, rainy in Manchester too, is it? Right, okay. So let's put our leaves we'll just have leaves in a row here down the side, and then we'll do some gold embossing over the top with the outline. Does that make sense? It's sort of making sense to me, but right. Right, and I need to clean the outline off, and I've got my chamois is here. Right, so that's nice and clean. I don't think that's going to be too wet, so let's just close the ink just now. Are you ready for a bit of magic? I think everybody likes seeing the embossing. So when, oh, you're off for a couple, how many nights are you off, Karen, till your next? Karen is one of our nurses who's out there working hard. Right, yeah, stick me back here. So I'm inking up. Yeah, I just used the embossing buddy, sorry folks, my brain kind of blipped there. I'm going to start at the top, otherwise I'll start getting my hands in my previous work. So we're just going to stamp this down onto the colour. It makes a difference, Anne Harrod, if you use your buddy, definitely. And then again for the next bunch of leaves. I'm not so sure about having the stalk in, but hey, that's the way it went. Because I just stamped the leaves first, I wasn't really aware of. I might have had more of the stalk out of it if I'd thought. But never mind, we'll just go with it. See what it looks like when it's done. Okay. Lid on your Versamark. The Versamark, for those who don't know, is a sticky ink, and then the powder will stick to that. Now, have I got scrap paper? Is that clever enough? Oh, here's a bit of card. This is the packaging of the watercolour paper, so which I finished yesterday on my YouTube thing. So I just want that there to catch this extra bits so they can go back in the tub. So you just sprinkle the embossing powder over. Whoops. Then tip it onto your spare bit of card. And see, your leaves are coming to life already. Just knock. It's a bit of extra here that I don't want. I'm just seeing if it will tap off. But if it won't tap off, we have in here, in the drawer that I've managed to get open, I have got some brushes. I did put a lot more things into this drawer because the top of my desk was getting too busy. It was even annoying me. I had too much stuff. It's hard to keep tidy if you've got too much stuff. Now, see this stalk here? I'm not so keen on that, so I'm just going to just soften it up a bit. So there, that's the powder, so let's get it back in the jar. But okay, Janice has spilt some. I need a desk hoover, obviously. But there's always, let's just get this. Take that off anyway. I'm so not clever, because that just, most of the powder just squeaked out the corner there. Sort of defeated the purpose, but never mind. I don't like the texture on when I'm working of it. Oh! I'm just going to put my heat gun on, so just if you need to turn your sound down, do so. See if you can see the magic when it happens. There she blows. Take care, Heather. Remember, be nice to your customers, even when they're not nice to you. Okay, so where are we going with this? Where will we go with this? So we said we'd bring in the butterfly somehow into here, didn't we? So let's have a look. I might just have a couple of butterflies. Now the butterfly is going, oh, it goes that way. Right, okay. So we can turn our leaves that way. If I wanted to have the butterfly can go in there, okay, and then we could have a sentiment there, couldn't we? What sentiment this time? If I could see them up. Actually, this does fit thinking of you, doesn't it? So shall we do this, something similar with the butterfly, and we'll emboss it as well. I didn't want to do everything at once. So, look, here's the background bit for the butterfly, and we'll do it in the Flirty Flamingo and a bit of olive. I mean, obviously, if you want to be more colourful, carry on, be more colourful. I'm just keeping it simple because this is Cuppa and cards. It was never meant to be anything complicated. We do complicated stuff on YouTube in this. Okay, so butterfly's going to be mostly pink, isn't it? But we can do the same as we did with the hummingbird, and we can bring the we can do that another day, Anne-Hannah. We can't do that. I think we probably won't have time. I don't know if I've got everything around. But yeah, we could have. I just decided to do gold emboss. Yeah, we could have done that. The gilding flakes as well. You just want me to make more mess in my craft room, don't you? Thinking of you. Whoops. And then just keeping to the two colours we've got, but as I say, obviously if you choose you could bring in other colours. I'm just going to put some olive green in the tip there. Now the only thing I'm thinking is that kind of, but it won't matter because we're going to put the shape over the top. It does kind of give you straight lines when you do that you maybe don't particularly want, but so you could use your dauber and move the colour about a wee bit. But let's just, I'm just trying to decide what, so I'm wanting him maybe to come in to about there, so it looks as if he's about, well, we want him to be grounded really, don't we? So I'm wanting to put this like about there. You want him sitting on a leaf really. The gilding flakes are fun, but you have to be okay with a bit of mess, and I know not everybody is. So we'll do the outside of our butterfly. We can either stamp him with the green, or we can gold emboss him. Or, do you know, if you want unharrowed, I could get the flakes out, although I'm not even sure where they are. It'd be really cool. Because I decided to be a bit tidier and put things in drawers. I can't see them now. Right, you're going to have to wait for another day till I rediscover them. Literally rediscover them. No, they're not in on any of the obvious places. The minute I go off it, they'll come out again. But we'll do another Gilding Flakes video another day. Okay, so we'll just gold emboss our Flutterby. So we need to put it on there. So you all okay there? It all went pretty still there. Is it still filming? Can you let me know if you're still there? Yeah. It just, and maybe it was because I was looking. There's always a lag on the Facebook, so it's really hard. And I'm sorry if you're watching this later, you won't know what on earth I'm up to, but anyway. Embossing buddy on the bit. Well, you need to do it all over because you don't want any bits sticking to bits where you don't want it. Cheers, Margaret, yeah. I'm just making sure you're all present and correct. Alrighty. Now here's another wee trick I can show you. Is what we can do is we can, I'm not sorry, I'm happy. I was using the other ink, Stays On ink, with this, and it hasn't totally cleaned off, but I actually like that I can see the outline of the stamp better. So I'm actually dipping this in the olive green, and then I'm adding the sticky ink, the Versamark, and I'm going to get my clear embossing powder out. And so we can have the colour, but we can still have a bit of resin edge. So as I say, I've put the colour and then the Versamark and sticky ink, which means that doesn't mean that I should have put the Versamark first and then the colour. Oh well, we'll just have some colour too. Because you want the Versamark to, let's see what happens. It's clear anyway, so I lost the thread of what I was doing there. Yeah, my laptop's been playing up a bit on Facebook too, on lives, as on my own and on other people's. So I've actually got 2 layers of ink and a layer of sticky, so it should adhere fine. So I'm putting the clear embossing powder on. It's just to bring up the shape a wee bit. And where's my scrap paper? I don't want that one because it's got gold still on it, so I don't want my clear and my gold mixed up. You want this, I really wanted the Versamark to be the first ink I went in, and then the colour, so that the Versamark is the first thing that touches. But we'll go with what we get here. Actually looks like it looks fine, but we'll see what it's like when I heat it. Right, so I'm just letting that go into the fold and then back into the tub. We will get a card out of this. Somehow or another we will get a card out of this. Right, and then heat up my heat gun. So you see it's much more subtle than the gold embossing, but it's still pretty. You can emboss just with the ink if you do it quickly and keep the ink wet, but the Versamark does stay sticky for longer and just gives you a bit more. So there's a bit of clear embossing for you to see there, but I've got embossing powder everywhere, that's me. Right, so now we need to make this into a card. So I'm actually thinking this time we'll trim that down a bit more. I'll show off our card because I'm thinking there's bits of this I don't like. I'm actually going to bring this down a fair bit. Where's my trimmer? And that's the whole thing. If you start with a piece that's about approximately then the size of your card and you like it, it's the stalks I don't like, so I'm going to chop them off. Yeah, to me that's better. It might not be to you, but to me, and I'm going to say this, and it's my card. So I'm going to bring it down a bit more. We'll get some proportion in it in a minute, yeah, because I had got a bit of something went wrong there. So right, let's see, where are we? So that is measuring. Right, I'm going to bring it down. I'm going to trim it here as well, but I'm going to be aware of what I'm bringing it down to. Just so bring that down to 8.5 there. And the bottom's fine, so let's just go to 12. 8.5 by 12, that would be fine. And then close your inks because you're going to get everything. Oh, take care, Margaret. I'm nearly finished anyway. I'm just making a different composition on this card because I didn't really like all of it. Yeah, that's right, Anne Harrods. It's my card and I'll chop it if I want to. That's it. You just do it till you're happy. Right, I know I could go looking for scraps, but well, I'm aware of time here. Again, you could use gold. I have a bit of gold. I did have a bit of gold lying about yesterday. Is it big enough? Maybe just. If I take a smidgen off this, if I take that down to the 8, ooh, look at that. That will look nice on gold. See, you'd sometimes just playing with your scraps. So it's now 8 by 12. So let's just go to 12 point, well, we'll go by 12.5 so that you can see the gold. by 8.5, and that is just a smidgen. It is actually, it is more or less 8.5. So if we stick that on there and then just pop that on, oh, we've got a spare one, we've got a spare. So did you see what I mean? Gold, so you're pulling out the gold that you've got on your leaves. Let's layer it up. Whoops, come on. So we just started off with a simple and then we're adding on a bit of embossing. So we're doing the same sort of thing but just fancying it up a bit. Unfortunately, we're needing these thinking of you cards more and more. I'm like, and please no more. So I always do it down that way so I can give it a good rub, and especially when you're doing it onto a slidey thing like the gold foil paper. I could of course have gutted that and used more. I think I gutted that out of a project already. I could have done that more, but so where did I put my wee shopping list? Because that is the next other thing I need is gold foil sheets. Difficulty is I don't know, because we're waiting for things to come into the UK, I don't know, I need to sit down and check all the orders that I'm waiting for, because I may have already ordered these things. I may have, although I don't think I was aware of the shortage of Pear Pizzazz card. I didn't realise I didn't have that. So now we need a piece of something for the inside of this card. Here's another scrap of Very Vanilla. What's the chances? That's not quite proportioned, is it? Let's see what length it is and then we'll know. So it's 14, so really it needs to be 9.7. Just use the measurements that work for you though. We're all different. But if you really want to do the same measurements as me, then hop over to JazzleDazzleCraft.co.uk and you will see a lot of my projects I have put the measurements on, and I tend to be fairly standard about what I do. This measurement, the 14 by 9.7, is usually my second. Of course I haven't stamped on that, which was the whole deal, wasn't it? So let's just stamp up our wee butterfly. There you go. Nobody will notice it's going over there. That worked out quite classy actually, I think. What do I keep saying? I'm a classy lassie. If I don't tell myself, no one else will. So there's that card, and we wanted to decorate an envelope to go with this one. So we'll just bring in, well, the butterfly can go in here, can't it? Or we could, in fact, where is the infill one? Could use that. Now I don't know if you've noticed, but I've seen a lot of people do, is this stamp here, the infill for the butterfly, is actually like a flower head. They're kind of like petals, are they not? Still got some olive green in there, so it gives it a nice variegated look there. Just do that off there, that's it. And then do we have the butterfly on here, or will we just do a bit of flash of colour? Just put a bit of flash of colour in there. There you go. Easy peasies. So there we go. 2 cards with that are decorated inside. A jersey. Oh yeah! I see that on Harrod as a jumper. So you can put somebody's face there. Now you've got me thinking, because then, do you know the, where is it? Where's the other, that fancy stuff? Where are you? Corner bouquet. Where have you gone? Here it is. So this one, you could go on and give it a skirt. And we've got stamps that have got heads in, so we could, do you know what I mean? You could have a good old play. And Harrod, you do that bit, you have a play and show us. Show us your person with their jersey on. That was well spotted. Right, so shopping list, put glue away. So the first card we did today is this one. Do you know that's a note? It keeps flapping open when I want to show it to you. So I have some bits of tape lying here. This is paper tape that I used yesterday for masking. So if you just fold a bit of that and put it round that way, because I will be wanting to photograph this, so it helps. It will just lie flat if you need to photograph it. So that's, and of course I can't show you the stamping inside. So we have done just a little bit of stamping with the infill bit for the leaves. We'll do that bit there so that we can keep it close, because it's annoying me. And then we've done 2-step stamping around the edge in a style that I use all the time, where I put the sentiment in the middle and a stamp around it. It's just simple, but it works, don't you think? And then we have a nice decorated envelope to send it in. The postman's still going to be able to see the address clearly. And that's ready to go. And then we went on and we got a bit fancier. And we did some gold heat embossing, and I showed you how to do some colour heat embossing as well. Well, I sort of did, but I'll go over that again. So you would stamp in the, what I want is on the top. So once I've stamped down, I want on the top this ink to be lying. So what you would do is you would stamp into the Versamark first and then into your colour. And then that's you. So yeah, and then yeah, so this is our stepped up version. Again, you could step it up again. You could have a bit of ribbon on here. You could put some and you know what might be perfect here is, if I've got them, I've got see all these embellishments we have, but I was looking for the gold. Put a bit of gold on here. Oh, here's some left here. Left over from a craft box. Gold faceted gems. I'm just thinking they'll just finish that off there. So, look, found my take your pick tool, but guess what? I have ordered another one. Like that. Oh yeah, it does. So I'm actually using, I'll use these up. There's a blobby bit there, so, you know, how do you decide where to put your embellishments? We generally use a triangle to draw the eye around, but often my reasoning of where I place it is to hide a blob. So put one up there. So generally use 3 and something that's in a triangle that's going to pull your eye around the picture. So, and we've decorated this with some jumpers. And definitely, you're quite right. It's definitely a jumper, Anne Harrod. And there we go. We're done. So thank you everyone who, and I've still got coffee left, everyone who's joined me for Cuppa and cards. I've enjoyed your company and I've enjoyed stamping. I feel relaxed and I'm just ready for a craft today. It's pouring with rain out there. Looks horrible. To me it's perfect crafting weather. So I will be back in the afternoon on YouTube live to move on with the stuff we did yesterday. So I don't know where I laid them aside. I moved everything out of the way. Here we are. I'll just let you have a wee look, just so you can decide if you want to come back and join me on YouTube this later on today, probably tea time in the UK. Yesterday I did this. It might be worth watching this video that I did yesterday, where we did ink. We used our ink refills because they're coming back into the UK again, so they're on their way. So right, you can get them ordered up. So we did these on our beautiful watercolour paper. Actually I need a new pack of that. And we made that one with extra texture added. And this one, this is just on the normal Whisper White. We're going to, I don't know, we're going to die cut, we're going to stamp on them, use Sumper backgrounds. I do think that cutting out some butterflies from these will be fine. You should be probably sleeping then, but you will see it on replay. But anyway, thank you everybody. It was a great Cuppa and cards today. Have a great afternoon, a great sleep, or a great morning, whatever. You've still got your day ahead of you. That's fantastic. I'm going to grab some lunch and then I'll be back at my desk doing something else. Take care, folks. Bye bye.